Hello viewers, today I have come with very interesting questions of electrochemistry. So let's see the first question. A potential difference of 20 volts applied to the ends of a column of 0.1 molar silver nitrate solution 4 cm in diameter and 12 cm in length gave a current of 0.20 amperes. Calculate first the conductivity and second molar conductance of the solution. So, according to Ohm's law, we know that how can we find out the resistance? Resistance equal to voltage by current. Yes. What is the voltage given in the question? That is 20 and current given is 0.2 amperes. So, what will be the resistance? 100 ohms. Ohms is the unit of resistance. Now, let us first find out the area. Area is pi r square. So, 22 by 7, r will be 4 cm in diameter, radius will be 2. So, into 2 square, pi r square. So, this will be, if you calculate, 12.57 centimeter square. Okay. Now, as we all know that, first if we want to find out the conductivity is equal to conductance into cell constant. This formula we all know. And what is conductance? Conductance is reciprocal of resistance. So what will be the value of conductance here? 1 by 100, right? And what is cell constant? Length by area. What is the length of the column given? 12 centimeter. And what is the area we have found out? 12.57. Okay. So, what will be the conductivity if we calculate all this? Then 9.55 into 10 to the power minus 3 ohm minus 1 centimeter minus 1. Okay. Now, next we have to find out the molar conductance. So, what is the formula of molar conductance? Molar conductance formula is conductivity into 1000 divided by concentration, right? Concentration. And what is the conductivity we have found out? That is 9.55 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 1000. And what is the concentration given in the quotient? Concentration given in the quotient is 0.1 molar of silver nitrate. So 0.1 molar. Now 10 to the power minus 3 and 1000 will cancel out. If we calculate this, what will be the answer? 95.5 ohm minus 1 centimeter square mole minus 1 is the molar conductance of silver nitrate. Hope you have understood. Now let us move to the next question. Yes, the molar conductivity of 0.025 molar formic acid aqueous solution was measured as 4.61 ohm minus 1 meter square inverse mole. Calculate the pKa value for formic acid. And lambda naught for H plus is given 34.96 and lambda naught for HCO minus is given 5.46. And here for the help or hint, it is given log 33 equal to 5185. Okay. Now, let us first find out the molar conductance of formic acid at infinite dilution. Molar conductance at infinite dilution. So, molar conductance at infinite dilution will be lambda naught for HCOOH, formic acid, is equal to molar conductivity of SCOH will be lambda naught of H plus lambda naught of HCO minus. Okay, lambda naught for H plus is already given, that is 34.96, and lambda naught for HCO minus is given 5.46. So if we multiply, add this, then what will be the answer? 40.42 O minus 1 meter squared mole minus 1. Now what is degree of dissociation? What is degree of dissociation? That is denoted by alpha. And how to find out degree of dissociation? Molar conductance at any concentration divided by molar conductance at infinite dilution. Okay, at infinite dilution. So molar conductance at given concentration is, in the quotient the molar conductivity was measured as 4.61. So 4.61 divided by, and we have find out the molar conductance at infinite dilution, that is 40.42. Okay, now if we divide this, if we calculate, then we will get 0.114, or we can also show that degree of dissociation is also equal to 11.4%, percentage ionization. And now, so how does formic acid will dissociate it? It will be dissociated as H plus and HCO minus, right? So at initial concentration, what would be the initial concentration? Let it be C. Okay, and this will be 0 and this will be 0. At equilibrium, what will be the concentration? C equal to 1 minus alpha, and this will be C alpha and C alpha. Now, how to find out dissociation constant of the acid? Dissociation constant of the acid will be H plus, concentration of H plus, concentration of HCO minus divided by concentration of formic acid, right? Now, what is concentration of H plus? C alpha into C alpha divided by concentration at equilibrium, C equal to 1 minus alpha. This C will get cancelled, this C will get cancelled. Then C alpha squared 1 minus alpha. So alpha's value means degree of dissociation we have already found out, that is 0.114, and concentration is given in the quotient. How much is the concentration? 0.025, right? 0.025 into how much is the degree of dissociation? 0.114 square and 1 minus 0.114. If we calculate this, we'll get log 3.30 into 10 to the power minus 4. This will be K. Now, but we have to find out the pKa value. So, what is pKa? How to find out pKa from K? We know that pKa is minus log K, right? So, what is the K's value? Minus log 3.30 into 10 to the power minus 4, right? Now, minus log 3.30 minus 4 log 10. Okay. So, this minus and this minus will get plus. So, 4, and what is the value of log given here? Log 33 is equal to 5185. So, 4 minus 0.5185. Okay. Now, what will be the answer? 3.4815. Right. So, this is your pK value asked in the question. Okay. Now, have you understood? Okay. Now, let's move to the next question. So, the next question is, The conductivity of a saturated solution of silver chloride at 298 Kelvin is found to be 1.382 into 10 to the power minus 6 per ohm per centimeter. Calculate its solubility. Ionic conductance of Ag plus and Cl minus at infinite dilutions are 61.9 and 76.3 ohm minus 1 centimeter square mole minus 1 respectively. And for molecular mass of AgCl is also given 143.5. Okay. Now, let us first find out the molar conductance of AgCl at infinite dilution. Molar conductance of AgCl at infinite dilution. So, what will be the molar conductance of AgCl? That is lambda naught of Ag plus lambda naught of Cl minus, right? And what is lambda naught for Ag plus is given in the quotient, that is 61.9 plus lambda naught for Cl minus is given 76.3, and if we add this, what will get? 138.2 ohm minus 1 centimeter square mole minus 1. Yes. Now, we should keep in mind that for AgCl is a sparingly soluble salt, right? So, for sparingly soluble salt, solubility is taken as concentration, or concentration can be taken as solubility. Okay. And their solutions can be taken as infinite dilutions. Okay. So for what we have to find out? We have to find out its solubility or concentration. So, how to find out the solubility? Solubility equal to conductivity into 1000 divided by molar conductance at infinite dilution of AgCl, right? So, what is the conductivity given in the quotient? Conductivity given in the quotient is 1.382 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 1000 divided by, what is the molar conductance at infinite dilution of AgCl we have find out? 138.2, right? Now, if we calculate this, then we will get 1 into 10 to the power minus 5 mole per liter. Now, molecular mass of AgCl is also given, that is 143.5. Now, when we 1 into 10 to the power minus 5 mole per liter, when it is multiplied by 143.5, it is molecular mass of AgCl, then it will turn into, it may be also written as 1.435, because we have moved 2 decimals, so into 10 to the power minus 3 gram per liter. Okay, this is your final answer, means this is your solubility. Okay, let us move to the next. So, let us come to the next question, that is, write Nernst equation and calculate EMF of the following cell at 298 Kelvin. This is the following cell given. This shows the anode part, this is salt bridge, and this shows the cathode part. Now, let us first write down the reactions, electrode reactions. So, Sn solid will give Sn2 plus aqueous plus 2 electrons. This occurs at anode, right? And what will happen at cathode? Cathode H plus aqueous plus 2 electrons will turn into H2 gas, that is at cathode. Okay. As 2 is here, so 2H plus aqueous. So what will be the overall reaction? Sn solid plus 2H plus aqueous. Two electrons will cancel, and Sn 2 plus aqueous plus H2 gas. Now we know whenever solid is present, its concentration is taken as 1. So how to find out EMF of the following cell? E cell equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 divided by 2 log anode divided by cathode. So what is anode here? Anode is Sn2 plus, right? Concentration of Sn2 plus. And what is cathode? H plus and whole square, because 2 moles of H plus are involved. So now how to calculate E naught cell? As we all know, E naught cell is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode, right? So E naught cathode is for hydrogen electrode, that is 0.0 we know, and E naught anode is given in the question, that is minus 0.14, minus 0.14. So that will be 0.14. 0.14 is E naught cell. Okay, now 0.14 minus 0.059 divided by 2 log. What is Sn2 plus concentration given in the question? 0.050, right? And what is H plus concentration given? 0.020 whole square. Okay, now we have to find out log. This must be looking little bit difficult for some viewers, so let us make it little bit easy. Okay, now how to solve for log 0.050? For log 0.050, as we can see that there is only 1 0 after decimal. Okay, so 1 0 after decimal means only 1 0, add it with 1, so it will be 2 bar. Okay, 1 plus 1, 2 bar. What is log 50's value given there? Log 50's value is given 6990. So how to write it another way? That is minus 2 plus 0.6990. That is, if you calculate this equation, how much we will get? 1.3010, right? 1.3010. Now, how to solve for log 0.020? Okay, log 0.020 can be solved by, as there is only 1 0 after the decimal, same method we will apply, 2 bar. And what is the 1 plus 1, 2 bar. And what is log 20's value given in the question? 3010. How to calculate it? Minus 2 plus 0.3010, that will come up to 1.699. Now I will have to do it square, so 1.699 squared as given in here, it is 3.338. Okay, we calculate it, and then let us come to the next step, that is log 0.050 divided by log 0.020 whole square. Okay, now what is the log 0.050 value we have found out? 1. We will simply subtract it. Okay, so 1.3010 minus 3.338. Okay, minus 3.338. So what will it come? Minus 2.037. Okay, now minus 2.037. if we multiply it by this value, okay, if we divide this, how much we will get? Minus 0.0295. We divide this, we will get this much into minus 2.037. This will come up to minus 0.06. Okay, and what is the E naught cell we have found out? E naught cell is for E cell. E naught cell value we have found out here 0.14. So 0.14 minus 0.06 will be equal to 0.08 volt. Okay. Now, is it clear? Otherwise, look once more. It will be clear to you. Okay. Let us move to the next question. Come to the next question, which says, calculate the electrode potential of a silver electrode dipped in a 0.1 molar solution of silver nitrate at 298 Kelvin. Assuming silver nitrate to be completely dissociated, the standard electrode potential of Ag plus oblique Ag is 0.80 volt at 298 Kelvin. And second part of the question is, at what concentration of silver ions will this electrode have a potential of 0 volt? Okay. Now, let us first see the reduction electrode reaction occurring in this cell. Okay. What is the reaction undergoing? That is, for it is silver nitrate solution. So, Ag plus aqueous is gaining 1 electron and it is turning into Ag solid, right? Now, how to find out the E cell? E cell is E of Ag plus Ag equal to E naught of Ag plus oblique Ag minus 0.059. How much we have to divide? Only 1 electron. So 1 log concentration of Ag solid divided by Ag plus. Yes. Now, what is the next step? We have to find E cell of this cell. So E Ag plus Ag equal to E naught of standard electrode potential of Ag plus Ag is how much given? 0.80 minus 0.059 by 1. For solid, how much it is? Always remember log. For solid, we always take as 1. And what is the silver ion concentration given here? 0.1. So, log 1 by 0.1. Now, next step will be 0.80 minus 0.059. So, log 1 by 0.1 will be log 10 and log 10 is 1. So, we will directly subtract this. 0.741 volt will be the electrode potential of this silver nitrate cell. Now, let's come to the next part. It says, at what concentration of silver ions will this electrode have a potential of 0 volt? Means it is asking what will be the Ag plus concentration so that this E cell will be 0. So, 0 equal to, what is our E naught cell given in the question? 0.80. 0.80 minus 0.059 by 1, right? Log, for Ag it is always 1 and we have to find out the Ag plus concentration. So, next, how to write it? 0.059 log Ag plus will be minus 0.80, right? Next step, log Ag plus will be minus 0.80 divided by 0.059. And if you calculate this, how much we will get? Minus 13.559. Yes. For your help, calculation is already given here. Now, as we have to find the antilog, so here it is minus 13. So, how to put next step? Minus 13 minus 1. Now, if we have added minus 1, we have to add plus 1 also. Plus 1 minus 0.559. Right? So, minus 13 minus 1 will be minus 14. And if we subtract this, how much we will get? 0.441. Yes, subtract this and we will get 0.441. Now, if we look at the value of antilog of 0.44 in the column 1, how much is value? 2761. So, if it is minus 14 here, so there will be 13 zeros, okay, before the decimal, and 13 zeros after the decimal. And what will be the answer? 2.76 into 10 to the power minus 14 molar. What is this? This is the concentration of Ag plus, for which E cell will be 0. Yes, we have found out this Ag plus concentration 2.76 into 10 to the minus 14, and E cell will be 0. Okay, look at it once more and it will be clear to you. The next question is, for the cell Mg oblique Mg2 plus aqueous and Ag plus aqueous oblique Ag, calculate the equilibrium constant at 25 degrees Celsius and also the maximum work that can be obtained by operating the cell. E0 for Mg electrode is given to minus 2.37 volt and E0 for Ag plus electrode is given plus 0.80 volt. Okay. Now what is this? This is anode part, this is salt bridge, and this is cathode part, right? So let us first write out the reaction. The reaction involved will be Mg solid plus Ag plus aqueous will give Mg2 plus aqueous plus Ag solid. Now, here Mg is giving out 2 electrons, so this Ag plus will also take 2 electrons, so let us balance it. This is the cell reaction. Now, how to find out E0 cell? E0 cell is E0 cathode minus E0 anode. Which is the cathode part here? Cathode part is a silver. So what is the voltage given? 0.80 minus, and what is for Mg, how much volt is given? Minus 2.37. So if we add this, how much we will get? 3.17 volt. Now what is asked here? We have to calculate the equilibrium constant. So how to find equilibrium constant from E0 cell? E0 cell equal to 0.059 by N equal to log Kc. This is log Kc is the equilibrium constant. So log Kc equal to 0.059 by log Kc will be E0 cell. Sorry. E0 cell into N divided by 0.059. How much is the E0 cell we have found out here? 3.17. 3.17. How much is the electron being involved here? Into 2 divided by 0.059. Now if we calculate this, how much we will get? 107.457. The log Kc is equal to 107.57. So we have to find the antilog of it. How to find out the antilog? If before the decimal there is 107. So it will come 10 to the power 107. And if you look at the value of antilog for 0.45 in the column of 7, what is the value? For your help, it is given here 2.86. Yes, 2.86 into 10 to the power 107 is your equilibrium constant. Now, what is the next part asked here? And also the maximum work. So, we have to find also the maximum work. Maximum work means delta G naught equal to minus NFE naught cell. Okay, G naught, and what is the electrons involved? Minus 2. 1 Faraday means 96500 Coulomb into what is the E naught cell we have found out? 3.17 volt. Okay, so if we calculate this, how much we will get? 611,810 Coulomb volt. Now, as we know that 1 Coulomb volt equal to 1 joule. Yes, so it will be 611,810 joule. And if we want to turn it into the kilojoule, what will be the answer? 611.8 kilojoule will be our maximum work done, that is G naught. Okay, hope you have understood. Now let's move to the next. Let's see the next question. It says a solution of copper sulfate is electrolyzed for 10 minutes with a current of 1.5 amperes. What is the mass of copper deposited at the cathode? Okay, so how to find out the charge which is being passed? So Q is denote the charge and current into time. Okay, and what is the current? How much current is being passed? 1.5 ampere for how much time? 10 minutes. And 10 minutes, if we want to turn into seconds, then 10 into 60, that is 600 seconds. Okay, means 1.5 ampere into 600 seconds will give 900 Coulomb charge. Okay, now what is the reaction undergoing in the copper sulfate solution? That is Cu2 plus 2 electrons equal to Cu solid. So we can say that by seeing this reaction, 2 moles of electrons or 2 into 96500 Coulomb deposits how much copper? 1 mole of copper, or 1 mole of copper is also equal to atomic mass is 63.56 grams. Okay, so this much charge deposits 63.56 grams. So how much 900 Coulomb will deposit? Therefore 900 Coulomb will deposit 63.56 divided by 2 into 96500 into 900. The answer will be, if we calculate, 0.296 grams. Okay, this much copper will get deposited. Okay, hope you have liked this video, and if you like this video, then like and subscribe my channel, that is Fun with Chemistry, and stay with me.